Have you ever wondered how some individuals manage to maintain their absolute calm and wear a confident smile even when the entire world seems to be collapsing around them? At a time when the vast majority of people lose their minds amidst financial and psychological crises, these rare individuals appear as though they possess an invisible, impenetrable shield, protecting them from all the crushing pressures of modern life. The secret does not lie in their genetics, nor in their massive wealth, but rather in a very ancient wisdom. It is a profound wisdom capable of simply solving 95% of your daily problems the moment you begin applying it. We are talking about the Stoic philosophy. This is not merely a collection of complex academic texts written by the scholars of ancient Rome, but rather a highly effective practical guide specifically designed for our modern reality, filled with endless distractions and crushing stress. In this comprehensive video, we will dive deep to reveal 10 powerful Stoic habits. If you commit to them, I promise you that your life, your way of thinking, and your reactions will change forever and will never return to what they once were. First, control what you can control and accept what you cannot. This is the golden rule and the solid foundation upon which the entire Stoic philosophy is built, often known as the dichotomy of control. The idea here is astonishingly powerful and can change the course of your life today. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said that it is not things in themselves that disturb us, but our opinions and interpretations of those things. Ponder this quote deeply. What causes you stress, anxiety, and depression is not the event itself, but the way your brain translates that event. Imagine you are stuck in a suffocating traffic jam and you are running late for an important appointment. The situation itself is frustrating, isn't it? But the absolute truth is that the traffic jam holds no actual power over your psychological state. What truly exhausts you is your thinking about being late and your feeling of intense anger over wasted time. If you apply the dichotomy of control here, you will immediately realize that you cannot change the traffic, but you can control your response 100%. To apply this great habit, follow these steps. Every time you face a crisis, pause for a moment and ask yourself one single question. Do I have control over this matter? If the answer is yes, direct all your energy and focus toward working on the solution without hesitation. If the answer is no, train your mind to practice absolute acceptance and invest your time and energy in what benefits you instead of burning out internally. This simple shift will save you mountains of unjustified stress. Second, practice mindfulness and awareness of the present moment. You might think that the term mindfulness is a modern invention in psychology, but the truth is that the Stoics established this concept many centuries ago. The great Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his meditations to trust in the present, because it is only in the present that you can truly live. This is a clear and direct invitation to focus our attention entirely on what is happening right here and right now. The greatest problem of our era is that we live either as prisoners of past mistakes that cannot be changed, or as victims of anxiety about a future that has not yet arrived. Being physically present in a place while your mind travels to other times steals the joy of life from you and exponentially increases your suffering. The present is the only time over which you possess the power of action and change. To establish this habit in your life, try the following. Conscious breathing. Dedicate 5 minutes daily to focus solely on the movement of air as it enters and exits your lungs. This simple exercise stops the chatter of the mind and grounds you in the moment. Observation without judgment. When you face a situation, simply observe it as it is without classifying it as a good or bad thing. Focus on simple tasks. Whether you are washing dishes, walking, or eating your food, Do it with all your senses and full attention. This mental presence will grant you invaluable intellectual clarity and reduce your impulsive emotional responses. Third, the practical application of virtue and integrity. Virtue in the Stoic dictionary is not just ideal words to be spoken, but rather the daily practice of moral excellence based on four main pillars: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. The philosopher Seneca said that virtue is the only true good. For the Stoic, true happiness does not come from wealth or fame, but from living with absolute integrity and in complete alignment with deep principles, even when that choice is the hardest. Imagine someone treating you with blatant injustice and unfairness. The automatic reaction for the majority is blinding anger and a desire for revenge. But this will bring nothing but more tension and destructive conflict. However, if you choose the path of virtue, you will respond with wisdom and absolute calm, protecting yourself from negative pollution and potentially changing the entire situation. To integrate virtue into your day, before making any important decision, ask yourself, does this decision reflect the absolute best version of me? Hold on to your moral principles, even in the tiny details that no one sees, because true integrity is what you do when you are completely alone. Take the initiative to do good and apply justice in your surroundings. Virtue is contagious, and when you act nobly, you inspire those around you to do the same, creating a circle of absolute positivity. Fourth, the constant reminder of the inevitability of death. Memento mori. This habit might seem dark or pessimistic at first glance, but in Stoic philosophy, it is considered the most powerful motivator for life and passion. Marcus Aurelius said that you could leave this life right now, and you should let that determine what you do, say, and think. This powerful reminder is not meant to make you feel depressed, but rather to wake you up from your slumber. We waste months and years of our lives worrying about trivial matters, engaging in petty disputes with friends, and postponing our massive dreams, forgetting that our time on this earth is extremely limited. Your awareness of the mortality of life gives you a magnifying glass through which you can clearly see what is real and truly important. To apply the memento mori rule wisely, dedicate a few minutes at the beginning of your day to remember that this day could very well be your last. And ask yourself, how do I want to live it? Use this thought to resolve lingering conflicts. Is this simple disagreement with someone you love worth wasting days in abandonment and estrangement? Do not postpone your major goals and start working immediately on what makes you feel truly alive. This profound awareness frees you from trivialities and makes you focus 100% on building your true legacy. Fifth, building and developing emotional resilience. The Stoics believe that controlling our emotions and reactions is the ultimate key to living with unshakable inner peace. Seneca stated that difficulties strengthen the mind just as hard labor strengthens the body. Our emotions are like the crashing waves of the ocean. Sometimes they are calm and gentle, and at other times they transform into highly destructive storms. The goal here is not to suppress emotions or deny their existence, but to learn how to expertly ride these waves instead of drowning in them. Emotional resilience grants you the superpower to maintain your cool nerves and clear mind under the darkest and most difficult circumstances. To build this emotional resilience, accurate recognition of emotions. When a wave of anger or intense sadness washes over you, do not ignore it. Give it a specific name. Tell yourself, I am feeling anger right now. This simple acknowledgement immediately reduces the emotion's grip on your rational brain. Tactical breathing. Use deep and extremely slow breathing to break the biological cycle of stress in your body and restore calm to your racing heartbeat. The 5-second reflection rule. Before you explode or respond emotionally, pause briefly and ask yourself, what is the exact outcome I am looking for with this response? This brief pause creates a safe distance between the stimulus and your response, ensuring wise and effective behavior. Sixth, practicing deep and comprehensive gratitude. Gratitude is the magical and highly effective antidote to most modern psychological ailments. Epictetus said that there is nothing more worthwhile than thanking life for what it gives us. In a world where relentless advertising and social media constantly program us to focus on what we lack, gratitude steps in to perform a positive brainwash, shifting our attention from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of ultimate abundance and satisfaction. Focusing heavily on the positives radically improves your mental and physical health. Even on your absolute worst days, there is always something deeply worth being thankful for, such as a warm meal, good health, or simply waking up in the morning. To make gratitude an inseparable part of your core being, keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 specific things daily that you feel immensely grateful to have in your life. Writing them by hand cements them in your subconscious mind. Explicit expression of gratitude to others. Do not hesitate to profusely thank those around you, whether with a text message or a kind word face to face. This drastically deepens human connections and creates an aura of powerful positive energy around you. Positive reverse thinking. At the end of every exhausting day, force your brain to search for the beautiful moments that occurred during the day, so you can sleep with a satisfied heart and a calm, peaceful mind. Seventh, maintaining the simplicity of life. In an era that worships intense complexity, hoarding possessions and multitasking, simplicity stands as a lethal weapon to regain control and ultimate peace. Seneca said that a little with peace is much better than a lot with severe anxiety. We mistakenly believe that acquiring more things will bring us more happiness, but in reality, every single thing we own ends up owning a piece of our precious time and energy. Simplification removes the deafening noise from your life, drastically reduces your stress levels, and grants you the empty space necessary for pure creativity and genuine enjoyment of life. To successfully simplify your life, eliminate material clutter. Conduct a comprehensive and ruthless cleaning campaign of your surroundings. Get rid of absolutely anything you do not use regularly or that does not bring you real benefit. A clean physical space directly reflects a crystal clear mental space. Prune your schedule. Strictly review your daily and weekly commitments. Learn to say the word no firmly and powerfully to any activity or commitment that does not serve your grand goals and core values. Focus on the essence. Identify the most critical things in your life. Direct 100% of your energies toward them and consciously let go of the rest that adds nothing but pure exhaustion. Eighth, strict adherence to self-discipline. Self-discipline is the roaring engine that transforms good intentions and massive dreams into tangible and highly sustainable reality. Epictetus affirms that no man is truly free unless he is a master of himself. This powerful phrase summarizes the core of Stoic freedom. Freedom is not doing whatever you want whenever you want, but rather the absolute ability to control your temporary desires and raw instincts in order to achieve a massive long-term goal. Discipline is the sturdy bridge that crosses you from the starting point to the finish line. To plant ironclad discipline into your personality, set crystal clear goals. Your brain cannot commit to something vague and undefined. Specify exactly what you want to achieve, write it down in detail, and lay out a concrete plan for it. Build a routine and accumulate small habits. Do not seek radical and sudden change because it almost always fails. Start with very small daily habits, like making your bed or exercising for 10 minutes, and over time, they will compound into a powerful and immovable lifestyle. Track and reward. Monitor your progress periodically to stay fiercely motivated. Celebrate your small victories. and be entirely ready to adjust your course whenever necessary without feeling the slightest frustration. Ninth, embracing resilience and the ultimate ability to rise again. Life is not a straight and perfectly paved road, but rather an endless series of bumps and continuous shocks. Resilience is the profound ability not only to withstand the brutal shock, but to rise after it infinitely stronger and wiser than before. Marcus Aurelius said that a rock is continuously struck, but it remains standing firm while the hammer wears away because of it. Your personality must be just like that solid rock in the face of life's volatile storms. A truly resilient person does not collapse at the first failure, but sees it as a free, invaluable lesson and a strictly necessary step toward ultimate success. To build an invincible resilience, adopt realistic, positive thinking. Always search for the bright side or the profound lesson learned in any harsh experience you go through. This completely prevents your mind from falling into the destructive victim trap. Build a strong network of relationships. Surround yourself tightly with highly positive and supportive individuals. Strong relationships provide you with a psychological safety cushion that catches you when you fall. Utmost self-care. Psychological resilience requires a perfectly sound body and mind. Pay close attention to your diet and your sleep, and exercise regularly, as these are the real fuels that will make you fully capable of enduring life's pressures and wild surprises. 10th, constantly acting with a clear purpose and ultimate goal. The 10th and final Stoic habit is to ensure that every single action you take, whether massive or tiny, has a crystal clear purpose inextricably linked to your highest core values. Seneca said that life is like a play. It does not matter how long it lasts, but rather how brilliantly it is performed. We do not have control over the length of our lifespans, but we do possess absolute control over the quality of the days we actively live. Living with a burning purpose prevents you from getting lost in the trivialities of matters and makes every single minute you spend a true investment in yourself and your grand future. To live with absolute purpose, accurately define your highest values, take ample time to sit with yourself and determine what truly matters to you in this life. What are the core principles you will absolutely never compromise on? Align daily actions with goals. Review your decisions and actions on a daily basis. Constantly ask yourself, does this specific action I am taking right now bring me one step closer to my ultimate goal, or does it push me further away from it? Continuous evaluation and correction. The path of life inevitably changes, and therefore you must review your goals regularly to ensure that you are still walking on the absolutely correct path, adjusting the sails whenever the direction of the wind changes. Consistently applying these 10 habits requires immense patience and daily practice, but the massive fruit you will reap is a life filled with absolute clarity, raw mental power, and profound inner peace. Start today by applying just one habit and watch closely how your entire life will gradually and unbelievably transform.